Welcome to WTF Daily fam. Hit that like, subscribe, comment and share. Let's get weird. What the F?
This is the shocking moment the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapses after being hit by a huge container ship. As videos emerge online from live streams and passers-by, CNN has looked into exactly what happened. The ship in question is Dali, a 984-foot Singaporean container ship that was heading to Colombo, Sri Lanka, with 2 pilots on board, the ship's management company says. Using Marine Traffic, a public ship tracking platform, we identified Dali, the ship, as it set off at midnight 50 a.m. in the morning. It follows a straight path towards the bridge until 1:26 a.m. when it starts veering off course. Shortly after it crashes, rescue boats can be seen rushing to the scene. We matched this route to what we see in the live stream. Shortly before it veers off course at 1:24 a.m, we see here the ship's lights going out before coming back on seconds later. At 1:25 a.m, we see large plumes of smoke coming from the ship. Then the lights go out again at 1:26 a.m. It indicates a power failure. The crew on board did notify authorities of a power issue, according to the governor of Maryland. Just before the bridge collapses, vehicles can be seen on the bridge, but as the Mayday call goes out, luckily the traffic stops before further tragedy hits. Still, as the search for survivors continues, Baltimore City Fire Department have since confirmed that their sonar have detected vehicles in the water. The ship had in fact crashed before. The Port of Antwerp in Belgium tells CNN back in 2016, when it was manoeuvring out of a port, it crashed. The report said it suffered damages in the stern and transom. Now, with official investigations beginning, the question will be whether mechanical or human error caused this terrible tragedy.
I have a theory. You can tell exactly if a person was raised right just by how they react to someone falling down.
Falling down, okay.
So you know how, like, let's say we see somebody fall down.
Like if they laugh.
Well, what's our reaction?
I laugh.
Yeah, we laugh.
Yeah.
You know what that means? Were we raised right or wrong?
Probably wrong, but like...
No, we were raised right.
Really?
Yeah. So check this out. So when you have a baby, or like at least like toddlers and shit, but whenever they fall down, whatever your reaction is to it, they can either be sad, they might start crying, or they're just gonna laugh it off. Here, I'll give you a good example.
Yeah, we talked about this before. Like, if a baby falls, you're supposed to, like, make it laugh.
Look, yeah. So the baby didn't get hurt here, right? But the reaction made him cry. And then there's another video of like a baby that actually got hurt, but he just laughed it off. So whenever we see someone, that's low-key training a child that whenever they see someone fall or get hurt, to react in a way. So us laughing is because we've been raised to react like that. So our parents, they didn't baby us.
Have some concerns of some stuff they may have found in your room?
Yeah, I believe so.
And what would it be?
A human head and hands.
911 is John. What's the address emergency?
Hi, there is an emergency. I found something in my son's closet wrapped in a plastic bag.
Okay, what was it?
I think it's a human head.
It's a what?
I think it's a human head.
On March 1st, 2021, police at Grand Junction, Colorado received this chilling 911 call. A mother has just discovered a disturbing secret hidden within her son's closet. Even more terrifying, he's currently just outside the house while she makes this call for help.
Why do you think it's that?
Because it looks like it's all an ear.
Is it bloody or does it like anything like that?
Can you just come? Do I have to take a picture and send it to you?
What's the address?
Come?
The dispatcher tries to get as much information as possible to make sense of this shocking call and give officers an idea of what they might be walking into.
Is your son there now?
He just pulled up. We wanted to make sure he was here before we called.
How old is he?
19. He's had a little bit of a fascination with the morbid, but he was channeling it, I thought, into becoming a crime scene investigator, but not so much.
Do you think he's going to be cooperative with us?
I don't know. I don't think he'll be violent. Just came back from his friend's house.
Does he have any weapons in his room, or do you guys have any in the house?
I don't know. I think that he has a shotgun, but we can certainly remove it immediately before he gets in his room. He's out by the car now, so.
Is the bag still in the closet?
No, it's in my kitchen sink. And there's a secondary bag that I have not opened. It's currently covered with a towel.
And there's a second bag?
Yeah, there's a second bag, though I don't know what's in it. I didn't open it.
Oh, sorry. Did he took the second bag out of the closet?
I took the second bag out of the closet and put it in the sink.
Where's Brian now?
I think he's still outside.
And you're in the backyard now?
I am, yes, because I don't want him to hear me.
Despite the horrifying nature of this call, police could not have anticipated the twisted tale of violence they were about to embark on. Nor did they have any idea just how shocking the motive behind the inexplicable horror would be.
They found this girl, right?
Where?
In our neighborhood. Down our main street.
Is she good?
No, she's not. She's dead. That's why this is very important. It's all on you right now.
What is my problem?
You were the last one
seen with her. So right now, it's facing you right now, son. That Snapchat that you did was not very smart.
Not good at all. Now we have people wanting to burn our house down and our cars down. Because of that Snapchat thing you did. It's all over. You're all over the internet and everywhere. Social media.
It is on social media. You'll probably come stay with me after we get done with this. What were you doing outside that late at night?
I was at Trey's house hanging out with them.
Did you kiss or do anything with this girl?
Be honest as you can to them. Yes.
Yeah, I kissed her.
Anything further?
This is no joke. This is your whole life. Your whole life.
And hers.
And ours. And your brothers and sister.
Did y'all have sex?
Mm-hmm.
Aidan took Tristan to a wooded area and stabbed her 114 times. Killing her before she could fight for her life. The murder happened precisely as he previously suggested. He took someone into the woods and stabbed them. In his mind, he had committed the perfect crime.
Two mils. Probably 2 mils. 2 mils. You got away from her. My car, one. There's my car. Man, Kenny's pushing her radio. Like my 14th lead on secondary.
14 TPI on that thing. I'm not letting back on 412. Hey, look at Algie.
I go out.
14 is one lead. Eastbound from Barrington, one's primary.
Copy eastbound Barrington, flight on one's primary.
Take a direct call. Look at that, you guys,
Copy 412.
And you need 3 Jones.
3 Jones. Right, Tommy, if you have updated speeds in 20.
Ready, 3, heavy traffic, about to move it right now. Dang stop. 20 George, coming up to 49. Coming up to G George.
14 G George. 49, 85.
Coming up to the intersection, G George right now.
This has my heart pumping. How about you?
Give me these now, G George.
Get marked.
I'm with your section 48 right now, so we're going to real fast.
Copy.
Section top up. David, do you get her? No, not yet. We're right back here. You got.
OMG, that had to hurt.
Last chance. All right. Sounds good. That's off.
Enough for a banger. If you want one in there.
Oh yeah, drop it.
Just see what happens.
Yep. Can you punch through?
Yeah.
Taylor. What? This is gonna suck. Oh my! You want to come out? Fuck y'all. Okay. Yeah. Bust it. There we go. Now we're clear. Now it's ours. We can run through it now.
No.
Taylor. What? You feel yourself running out of options, right?
Crossfire.
You feel yourself running out of options? Fuck y'all. You ready to come out here? Fuck no. Huh? Fuck no. You ain't got a weapon in there, do you, fucker?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot. How does this not matter? It doesn't fucking matter. It's like the thing that matters the fucking most. No, it doesn't. Do not desk pop this fucking house.
Acorn. Bro, I swear to God, I'll call Acorn.
Who the fuck's Acorn? Oh, God.
You don't want to know, bro. You don't want to know.
You don't want to know. Don't. Taylor. My fucking ears ringing. Fuck y'all. I can't hear shit.
I know.
No shit.
You're concussed because it's called a concussion grenade.
It's making you a little confused. You understand? I hear what the fuck y'all saying.
But how clear? Yeah, kind of.
Not very clear. You ready to walk out here and talk to me?
What?
Huh?
I can't hear you.
Hey.
You want to open it up a little more?
Yeah. Hey. He can give it one boot to that side. Give me a low boot. Opposite side. Opposite side. Yep.
We just out here cutting corners. As a builder, I hate last-minute decisions. Come on by. We got dinner and a show. Entertainment by Starlight. Excuse me, sir. This table is for pirates only. Just installed this toilet for a mother who gave up on peace and privacy. In construction, you need to know when to stop doing additions and start doing fucking subtractions. If you wasn't handicapped when you got in, you was when you got out. How y'all like my new Jed? Well, this would be awkward if the woman was married to a guy named Jed. It'd be absolute pandemonium. If your contractor's not building you a trampoline launch store, find another one. Why do I feel like there's about to be a crime scene unit here? I did exactly what the plan said. 4 inches off the edge of the road. I'd have liked to have been a fly on the wall when this compromise went down. We can flush mount your refrigerator, your microwave, your oven, and your toilet. There was a little too much doing and not enough thinking going on here. Matthew, this is amazing. I ain't got to worry about them ding-dong ditchers no more. I usually like to use my foot to flush, but for one time, I'm gonna give this thing a vroom.
That's a hero in my book. What do you think? Drop your comments below.
There's a theory that Dr. Seuss, the cat in the hat, is actually a metaphor for a drug dealer.
What?
Listen.
Hold on.
Cat in the hat. That's actually a term they used to call a cool person in like the 60s, 70s, 80s, right?
Yeah.
The theory goes that the cat in the hat is actually a reference to the mother's boyfriend coming into the house and causing trouble.
Oh.
And it just so happens the cat in the hat may also be a drug dealer. That's why all of these kids, the 2 kids, they're seeing these crazy things happening in the house, right?
Shit.
Also, thing 1 and thing 2, you remember them? Thing 1 and thing 2. Thing 1, thing 2. What would you call drugs if you don't know what they are?
Oh, thing 1,
things. Yo, so listen, bro. Listen. So there's 2 of them.
Yeah.
There's 2 things, 1 and 2.
Okay.
And there's 2 kids.
Yeah.
1 and 2. So thing 1 and thing 2 were notorious in the book and the movie to what? Cause trouble, wreck up the house, doing all these crazy things in the house, right? Now it's actually them. Thing 1 and thing 2 is actually the kids on the drugs.
Oh.
手都给拿完了。哎呦，那都全给我收了，你叫我难呢？来，呀，你喊了，来，好不胜好。哎呀，哎呀，那是，哎呀，想是一方面，你恼了，你恼了，伟哥。哎呀，我其实挺美了。哎呀，我不开始再开始，开始。哎呀，我还开始再开始啊，开始。哎呀，干什么？尿的，你没吃饭没着？尿的。我看开始，再开始，大伙你看，学会了，开始。哎呀，这不对呀！我说话，你再考我出一道。哎呀，掉一泡。哎呀！
You've got to be kidding me.
我掉一泡。哎呀，上哪去了？哎呀！
Oh yeah！
让你让他，挤出来了，挤出来，上我，开始了吧？嗯，你站直些，咱呐。哎呦，哎呦，啊！哎呦，我还开始了，开始啊，开始，使劲！ 哎呦！走！对！我看开始再开始，开始！哎呦
Fellas, are you getting pranked like this? Brittany had the world in her hands. Now, not so much. Drop your comments below.
Oh.
Are they pets? Or something
Hi,
else?
how you doing?
You good? You decide? Drop a comment below.
Hey. Hello. 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 Ellie.
She said what?
She said what? This is what happens to bad kitties.
You're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Slowed down. Swiper, no swiping! Put it back! And I wasn't eating as much. Yeah. But I was still finding ways to sneak food and eat the way that I wanted.
Sneak food? Shorty, you just stole your whole family dinner. You must think you Luigi for the power up eating a whole pack of lasagna. You was not a Mario brother.
Unbelievable.
Put it back!
And so I put on another 100 pounds.
Yeah!
And I was around 250 when I was 13.
Damn!
It's been like 10 years since I weighed myself.
Damn! Yo, cameraman, stop showing my man yachts, man. Chill. I know he got them yams, but chill.
Priceless.
What that say? COP? What does that mean? Severely overweight patient?
This looks like we don't have a reading. It gives me a stop sign.
You know it's bad when the scale starts speaking English.
I know that I'm dangerously overweight. My body retains water.
Bro. Okay, Aqua nigga, so you just 700 pounds of water, huh? What happened? Did you just swallow the ocean by accident? Are you Badlands Chugs?
So my parents are strict as fuck, and they took the lock off my door, so like it just doesn't have one anymore. And I don't fuck with that. It's mad annoying. So I'm finna make my own damn lock with a fork, and I'm gonna show y'all how. You're just gonna want to bend like 3/4 of an inch at the top, like that. And then once you got it all at like a 90-degree angle, you're gonna want to break the fork in half. 1 second. Once the fork is cut in 2 pieces, then we're ready to put it in the door. So you're gonna put this part right in there, in the door, and then once it's stuck, ew, why my door so crusty? Ignore it. Then you're gonna take the other side of the fork and put it through, and then if you try to open the door, it's locked.
Is the door coming
No one can
off
get
the
in.
hinges?
You're welcome, bitches.
Leave
Let me
your
know if you
comments
try
below.
it. Let me know.
Is the reason I stopped making content for 5 years. You guys remember when all those Vine stars and skit Instagrammers moved to LA in like 2015-ish? So I wasn't a huge creator at the time, but I was there and around it all as all of that stuff was happening. I moved from Chicago to LA 3 weeks after high school with like $2,000 in my pocket that I saved up working at Steak and Shake with this other aspiring creator named David. I was much more into editing and being behind the camera at that time, and he was much more into Vine and vlogs and being on camera. That time of our lives was absolutely crazy. Everybody was broke, posting anything we could onto YouTube to get some attention. I happened to get a spot at the now notorious 1600 Vine apartments, and David got a spot a little bit closer to USC. Everyone was collaborating with everyone, and it was the era of clickbait YouTube. And to be honest, it was extremely fun for the first few months, until Hollywood started to notice that influencers were the next big thing, and that the landscape of the industry was changing. And we started to get invited to more exclusive parties and events, where it seemed as if old Hollywood was almost grooming new Hollywood. And there was rumors of this one gathering that was happening on a monthly basis, where it seemed like anybody that got invited saw a massive jump in their numbers, secured huge brand deals right after attending. But apparently this gathering worked on a buddy system. Someone had to vouch for you and bring you as a guest. And by blind luck, me and David ended up getting invited. Some talent agents saw me and David shoot a silly skit at a random party. He didn't invite us that second, he just told us that he saw something special in us and took our contact information. And listen, people do that all the time in LA, but this guy had a different feel to him. He wasn't trying to convince us he had connections or hype himself up like everybody else does. He was just super calm and had a sharp way of speaking that demanded respect. He was extremely brief, and after getting our numbers, he just said, "Look out for the invite," and walked walked away. And this is where it gets weird. I never gave this guy my address. I only gave him my number. But I ended up getting an invitation by letter. And at the time, I thought that that was so cool. But in retrospect, as an adult looking back at it, that alone was a huge violation of privacy and a major red flag. But at the time, when I tell you I was absolutely buzzing with excitement. When I got it, the letter was so extravagant and detailed. It was gold with black and red lettering that read something like, "Your talents have been noted, your name has been endorsed," and I'll never forget this part. "The dreams you have been chasing are a night away through the seventh heaven." And the address was a beautiful home in Laurel Canyon that was set to happen that weekend. It also noted to not be a minute late and not to expect to leave before midnight. And at the time, it felt like the Willy Wonka golden ticket. And the excitement doubled when I got a text from David at the same time, in all caps saying, "Did you get one too?" I felt like our lives were about to change. And I was right. David blew up after this party, and I had to go into hiding. And I was right. David blew up after this party, and I had to go into hiding. When I tell you I was on cloud 9 leading up to that party, I mean it. I was so young and naive and delusionally optimistic. I truly believed that I was going to go to this party and leave rich, because it literally seemed like that was happening to the creators around me that attended. I was hyped. I've never been a braggy person, but when you're young and excited, you get consumed by good news and want to talk to your friends and peers about it. So everybody that I chatted with who I knew was a content creator and was in the know about this party, I couldn't help but to tell them. And all the feedback was positive and along the lines of, "Let me know how it goes," or "Can you try to get me into the next one?" And even some from bigger creators saying, "I'll see you there," with like a little smirk on their face. Like they were pumped for me. Except for one conversation with a creator that most of you probably know. This creator is an extremely positive guy, and he's one of the most wholesome, bubbly, genuine guys I met out there. And when I told him the good news, he looked at me like I told him a tsunami was headed towards the building. The usual joy that this man brought to every conversation turned into real fear and concern. And he made me leave the lobby and come up to his apartment before explaining anything to me. Like he was scared that somebody was going to overhear our conversation. When we got up to his apartment, he was just pacing. Like he had no idea how to start this conversation. But when he finally spoke up, all he said was, "Listen, Doug, I know you're excited, but I'm begging you, please do not go. That man is not who you think he is." He was being so frantic, and I could see tears welling up in this guy's eyes. But I was young, and I thought that I knew everything. I didn't even think the talent agent that sent us the invite was important. I was interested in the connections, and I didn't really care if the talent agent was shady, or if his intention was to sign me to a bad deal. I thought I'd just say no to any bad contract that he tried to send me, but still get to reap all the benefits of the party. So I tried to pry a little bit and ask follow-up questions, but all he gave me was, "I have a friend who went, and he hasn't been the same since he didn't cooperate."
Are
I don't
these
know what
real
he saw
or
or
not?
what they did to him, but Doug,
What
I
do you
not
think?
want to see that happen to you.
La ventaja.
I'm not Jay.
OMG. That had to hurt.
Ooh, fuck. No.
This little life.
Unbelievable.
I am giving $20 or food. What would you take?
I take food.
You gonna take the food?
Yeah, I've been hungry for a few days now. It's hard to get
Sorry, there's. So you said you've been hungry?
Yeah, it's hard out here. There's so many people that it's just.
When was the last time you ate?
Probably like 3 days ago.
3 days ago. You haven't ate in 3 days. Wow. So people around here, like nobody has tried to give you food or something? Nobody tried to help you?
No, not really.
Wow. Do you want to go ahead and hold on to this
Yeah.
to this food? You know what? I went to so many people, and you know what? People are paying $20 because they're like, we can buy food with the $20. And you've been honest with me that you told me that, like, hey, I've been hungry, haven't eaten in 3 days, and I'd rather pick the food than money. And I appreciate your honesty. Do you mind me asking, like, where do you live? Like, are you living around here on the street, or?
Yeah, I live out here on the street.
How long have you been homeless for?
Been 2 years.
It's been 2 years.
Yeah.
Do you mind sharing the reason, what exactly happened, like your story, if you don't mind?
Basically COVID.
So the COVID came,
Yeah,
and then what happened after?
I lost my job and I didn't qualify for unemployment. And so I just been out here, lost my apartment, my car. It's been hard. Yeah.
So your car,
Yeah.
When you say your car, what happened? Like, did you lose your car?
Repossessed.
And how did you lose it? Because you couldn't make the car payments?
Yeah.
And what was your job before this? Like, what were you doing?
Warehouse.
You were working in a warehouse?
Yeah.
And so this happened in 2019. So since 2019 till now, for about 4 to 5 years, you've been on the street?
Yeah. Well, I was able to maintain the apartment with help.
Okay.
But then I lost the help. So.
Now, when you say help, who was helping you?
My family.
So the family, like, did they get tired of this, or?
I believe so. I think they're just swimming in their debt too. So it's been, everything's just racking up the price.
So does your family know that you've been living on the street?
Some of them.
Do they ever try to come and help you, or?
Yeah, sometimes, but most of the time not.
Yeah, and then, you know what, everybody has their own bills, own problems. So I do understand, you know. If your family would be watching this video, what would be a message that you want to give to them?
That I love you guys and God is good.
God is good. Okay, now since you're bringing up God, and I asked that question to everybody, you know, some people believe in different gods, some energies or whatever. What do you believe in? And you don't have to answer this if you don't want to.
I believe in God.
Okay, and who is your God? When you want to describe your God, who would you describe?
My God is a righteous God, and whoever it may be, I know that He has love for me.
Got it. Okay. Another question, since, you know, you're talking about food. Now, other than the food, like, as far as sleeping, where do you usually sleep?
In a tent.
So you have a tent, okay.
Yeah.
Now, are those tents rain-proof when it rains? So
Not
what
at
happens in the rain then?
We're pretty much forced to sleep underneath, like, buildings, like, something with covering.
Okay, so you sleep in the building, and that's pretty much all your backpack that you have your stuff in it?
Yeah.
Usually be going everywhere with your backpack?
If it's not on me, it will most likely get stolen.
Oh, people steal. Oh, yeah, I've actually heard that. Sometimes the city comes, they take away your stuff, or they take your cards away, or the police. So, I mean, that's so sad and bad, but it is what it is. But I'm so glad you decided to pick the food. Another question, and I'm sorry for taking so much of your time, just asking some basic questions. I wanted to know, like, your story, because your story can actually, I can learn something from it, right?
Yeah.
What would be a positive message you would want to give to people that are struggling right now with money or having a hard time in life as far as paying the bills? What would be a message for them? Something?
Just don't worry, because things aren't important. Money's not important. What's important is you and your family. And just because you're poor or you don't have anything doesn't mean you're not a good person, you're not worthy, you're worthy. And whether that be anything you can think of, you know? God is good, I've said that before, but God is good, and He will do for you what you can only imagine, like what you can only dream of. It's in your heart. It's not out here, it's in your heart.
And do you think sometimes people, like, nothing against you, nothing against people living on the street, do you think sometimes it's because of the mistakes that we make leads us to living on the street, or is it because sometimes it's just your destiny?
I think it's a little bit of both.
So a little bit, how would you balance them out?
It might be your destiny because you need to learn a lesson.
Okay.
Because maybe you are making a mistake. But
okay.
Some people, I do believe, are here because of an accident or not because of their fault. But yeah, definitely a little bit of both for most of us.
And you know what? A lot of people actually judge homeless people, and I've been around homeless people a lot. They judge them saying that, oh, they must be doing drugs. Not everybody has a drug story, right?
Yeah.
Am I right? Everybody is different. Right. Some people might have a story, some people might not. Some people might have had an accident. Some people might have lost their parents.
Yeah.
Some people might have lost, you know, their partner or their daughter. I've heard different stories now.
Yeah.
And that has touched my heart, that how can we living in this world be judging people like that? It's so sad. We as humans, we all make mistakes, you know. Look, you can be doing bad things, I could be doing bad things, or there's other people. There's nobody here that's perfect or sinless, except for Jesus. You know, He's the only one that came to this earth, you know, sinless person. And again, you know, you can be believing in any God. I'm nothing against any religion, nothing against you or your belief. I respect, you know, every religion and every belief. What I believe in is more like humanity, you know. We should all help each other. We should always stand next to each other. And since you decided, you know, to take the food, I want to go ahead and actually let you know that food that you're holding is not a regular food. So I want you to go ahead and open it and see what's in there. Yeah, that's for you to keep. So I mean, since this is not a safe place, you know, like I would recommend you, you know, just close it and just, you know, have this for you. And what would you do with all this? Like,
I would get an apartment, definitely. Maybe help out some other people around here too.
wow. So the first thing that came in your mind was, I want to help the people that are here. That actually shows what type of personality you have. You have such a good heart, man. God bless you, honestly. Can I get a hug at least? Thank you so much. And you know, just be the same type of person you are. Just be.
Are these real or not? What do you think? Well, that's it for today, folks. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment with suggestions of what you would like and videos you would like to see. Until next time, fam.